2025. The year many economists, analysts, and even insiders fear could mark the beginning of a serious global economic collapse. But what's driving these concerns? Are political decisions lighting the fuse? And most importantly, if everything crashes, will Bitcoin rise above the wreckage, or go down with it? There are growing signs that the global economy is on a fragile foundation. Let's break it down. Soaring debt levels. The US national debt surpassed $35 trillion in early 2025. Global debt. Well over $300 trillion. Governments are borrowing to pay for interest, classic unsustainable behavior. High interest rates. After years of near-zero interest rates, central banks hiked them aggressively to tame inflation. But the side effect? Crushing borrowing costs for businesses and consumers, slowing down growth. Stagflation concerns. Inflation is still stubborn in many sectors, energy, food, housing, while economic growth has stalled. That's stagflation, and it's a nightmare scenario. Rising unemployment and corporate defaults. Layoffs are mounting in tech, finance, and retail. Small businesses are shutting down. Credit defaults are ticking up, just like before the 2008 crash. Geopolitical tensions, China-Taiwan tensions, continued wars, trade wars, and sanctions have disrupted global supply chains. The cost of goods is rising, and stability is fading. So what's behind all this turmoil? A big chunk of it is political. The economy doesn't exist in a vacuum. Politics has everything to do with how markets perform. In 2025, political dysfunction could be one of the largest contributing factors to a collapse. 1. US political gridlock. The 2024 election left the country deeply divided. With a split Congress, critical fiscal policies are stuck in limbo. Debt ceiling debates, government shutdown threats, markets hate uncertainty, and politicians are fueling it. 2. Central bank independence under threat. Pressure on central banks from political leaders has blurred the line between fiscal and monetary policy. Some politicians are demanding rate cuts despite inflation, while others want even tighter policies. That kind of interference. Dangerous. 3. Global political unrest. In Europe, populist movements have weakened traditional coalitions. In developing countries, instability is worsening debt crises. And China's assertive economic strategy is clashing with Western protectionism. 4. Wars and conflicts. Military conflicts, especially if they escalate, will drive oil prices, food shortages, and refugee crises. All of these feed into inflation and economic strain. These aren't isolated issues, they're interconnected. And when the political system breaks down, the economy often follows. Now the big question: if the economy collapses, will Bitcoin be safe? Let's look at both sides. The case for Bitcoin thriving. Decentralization. Bitcoin isn't controlled by any government or central bank. If fiat currencies collapse or hyperinflate, Bitcoin could be seen as a lifeboat. Digital gold narrative. Like gold, Bitcoin is scarce, only 21 million will ever exist. In uncertain times, that scarcity might make it a hedge against chaos. Growing institutional adoption. More banks, ETFs, and even governments are getting into Bitcoin. That could provide some insulation and legitimacy. The case against Bitcoin thriving. Liquidity crisis. In a crash, people sell what they can, not just what they want to. Bitcoin could be liquidated just like stocks. Regulatory clampdowns. Governments in crisis mode may tighten controls on crypto to protect their own monetary systems or to track capital flight. Correlation with tech stocks. So far, Bitcoin has often moved in tandem with risky assets. If tech tanks, Bitcoin might too, at least short term. So, will Bitcoin be unaffected? Probably not. But could it be one of the first assets to bounce back? That's a real possibility, especially if people lose faith in fiat currency altogether. The future isn't set in stone. But one thing's for sure, 2025 could be the year the world wakes up to just how fragile our economic systems really are. Stay informed and stay prepared. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and let me know in the comments, do you think Bitcoin is our way out, or just another bubble waiting to pop?